Utilization of sugar factory byproducts. The processing of sugar from sugarcane products waste of byproducts, including bagasse, filter cake, and molasses. The bagasse comes from milled sugarcane and used as fuel from steam boiler. Blotong or filter cake is a sediment from dirty sap that is filtered on a rotary vacuum filter, while molasses are the last remaining syrup from food that has been separated by sugar through repeated crystallization, so that it is no longer possible to produce crystal. One of the alternative energy which is relatively cheap in terms on production aspect and is relatively environmentally friendly is the development of bioethanol from agricultural wastes that contain a lot of lignocellulose, such as bagasse or solid waste of the sugar industry. Indonesia has the potential from abundant biomass waste such as bagasse. The potential from bagasse in Indonesia, according to PPPGI in 2008, is quite large, with an average composition of byproducts from the sugar industry in Indonesia consisting of 52.9% liquid waste, 3.5% filter cake, 32% bagasse, 4.5% molasses, and sugar 7.05% and 0.1% ice. Sugar factory solid waste has great potential as a source of organic material that is useful for soil fertility. The result of composting mixture from filter cake, bagasse, and cattle ash can increase sugarcane weight. According to Budiono in 2008, bagasse contained 56.67% moisture content, 55.89% C organic, 0.25% and total, 0.16% P2O5, and 0.38% K2O, so it can be used for organic fertilizer. The technology for making particle board from bagasse PSUH-94-3 is a technology component for the utilization for sugar cane byproducts. The composition of the material and particle board technology has met the Indonesian Industrial Standard or SII. Particle board from bagasse is made by drying, milling, and filtering the pulp with adhesive, resin, and paraffin wax and printing with hydraulic pressure at a pressure of 10 kg per centimeter per second, a temperature of 150 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes based on an article from Rizky Kurniawi in 2009. Filter cake is used as an alternative fuel in the form of briquettes. The advantage of using filter cake briquettes is a cheaper price than other firewood. However, to make this briquette, it takes a long time, between 4 to 7 days of drying. Apart from that, it also depends on weather condition based on a quote from the article on pengolahan dan pemanfaatan limbah pabrik gula dalam rangka zero emission by Rizky Kurniawi in Filter cake can also be used directly as fertilizer because it contains nutrients needed by the soil. To enrich the element and filter cake is composted with bagasse and cattle ash or kaba. The element contained in the filter cake depend on the purification system used in the sugar factory. The more additional ingredient for refining, the less content in the filter cake. Provision of 100 tons of filter cake per hectare of sugarcane can significantly increase the weight of sugarcane yield based on the article on pengolahan dan pemanfaatan limbah pabrik gula dalam rangka Zero Emission by Rizky Kurnia W. in 2009. Molasses is a waste product in the sugar making process. The drops are obtained from the separation of low-grade syrup where the sugar in the syrup can no longer be crystallized. Most of the drops are used for the fermentation industry where molasses is used or converted into alcohol, ethanol, and others. According to an article by Rizky Kurnia W. in 2009, the important composition in drop is TSAIE, total sugar as inverted, which is a combination of sucrose and sugar reduction. This TSAI figure is very important for the fermentation industry because the bigger the TSAI, the more profitable it is. Byproduct or waste from sugar factory can be used or used as auxiliary material in the sugar factory, like the bagasse and filter cake, which can be used from compost for sugarcane plants, filter cake, which can be used for fuel, and molasses, which can be used as ethanol to help evaporation at the evaporator station. By utilizing the byproducts from this sugar factory, it can minimize the cost incurred by the sugar factory and can also be a source of finance from the sugar factory.